Howdy, I'm Conda, and welcome to the final episode in the compound. This series coming to a close is bittersweet for me because this is the series that kickstarted my YouTube channel more than 4 years ago. I actually think I've been subconsciously putting this off because I'm not ready for the series to end, but also I'm ready to jump into a new survival series. But it didn't seem right to do that without bringing this series to a close. For the first part of this video, I'll just be chatting some about my memories in this world while I tear down this wall that I built. I should actually tell y'all a little about this build. So, back in 2021, I had this elaborate idea for the lore that I would include in this series. There's an episode that ended up in the archives, which I'm not even sure where the recording footage is anymore, so unfortunately, that will be staying in the archives. But in this episode, the character I'm playing has a dream, remembering about the villagers that she lives near, asking her to protect them from the Ender Dragon. She wakes up in a panic, realizing she hasn't really done much to protect them, and she starts building this giant wall in hopes that it would keep them all safe. However, that episode never saw the light of day because it took me probably close to a year in real life to finish gathering all of the materials and actually building it. It might have taken me more than that, actually. When I committed to doing the lore, I didn't realize that I would need many double chests worth of smooth stone, which would mean needing a super smelter downstairs to smelt all of the stone down, which meant gathering up a lot of iron that was needed in order to build that super smelter. You get the picture. So, by the time that I would have actually been able to finish recording that episode, the inspiration had just kinda dwindled. And with the inspiration for that bit of lore dwindling, I found that my inspiration for doing any sort of lore with this world kinda dissipated too. Which is when I decided that I would just record what I wanted to, playing the game normally again. That's when I recorded the episode where I prepared to go fight the dragon, brewing all of those potions and stuff. I continued to just play in the world as I would have with any Minecraft world, and we had some really chill videos come out of that I really enjoyed making. Like, I really enjoyed making the video where I built a garden. That was one where I decided to go back to my roots a bit. I just recorded myself playing for a while, and I edited down the video in the way that I used to back when I first started recording. That was a fun video to make all around, and I was really happy to see that y'all enjoyed it too. And I finally got around to replacing that flag. I had been talking about doing that basically since I built the first design for it, and I'm so much happier with the design that it has now. It feels like there's still so much left unfinished in this world, though. I never did end up going out to explore the End Islands. I didn't fight a wither. I never went down to explore the Deep Dark and battle a warden, which, hint hint, these are all things that I'm looking forward to doing in future survival series. I'd been really attached to this specific survival world for a really long time. This was the one that I started when I got back into Minecraft at the end of 2020. I started it just playing at night while watching old stream VODs from the Minecraft streamers back then, and it had become a therapeutic pastime for me during a time in my life that had been really difficult health-wise. Then I decided that I wanted the memories from it, and I wanted to start recording my own videos and possibly try streaming myself. And that's when this survival world officially became the compound. When I first posted here, I believe I had maybe 2 subscribers, if I even had 2. And through this journey, we've built our way up to 114. And I can't wait to see where the channel will go next. I remember the old days before I had ever gathered netherite. I spent hours down underground in the Nether, digging through these tunnels in a straight line for ages, just hoping for a few ancient debris. That was back when you only had to make netherite with ancient debris and gold, and then you just put it into your smithing table with your armor or tools, and it just worked. Now, you have to, like, go risk your life exploring bastions, I think? I think that's where I got my netherite upgrades most recently. I actually can't fully remember. I've actually got plans already for what I want to be doing next. I've got a world started that I plan to stream on over on Twitch, and possibly here on YouTube too, if anyone's interested in that. We shall see. And then I'll be editing down the stream VODs to make videos out of them. That world actually had its spawn in a mesa biome. It was wild. But for now, I want to take time to remember and celebrate this world. So, let's go on a bit of a tour and see what all I managed to accomplish off and on for the past almost 5 years. So yeah, here's the tour of my world. Starting in the same place that I think I started in my very first video. So I'm gonna try to make sure that I manage to catch everything. I spent 5 years in this world basically, so some things might end up missed, you know. I'm just gonna ignore that. So let's see where to begin. I can do it similar to my first video. So spawn is somewhere over in that direction. And when I first joined, I just started walking around, kind of aimlessly, and found this village. And when I saw it, I was like, yep, I'm going to settle here. This is a nice spot. And I, in my first video, said that I was going to name my villagers. Yes, hello. As you can see, they've not been named. Oh, but my iron golem did, yeah, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, guys. I should replace... Okay, we still have another iron golem. But yeah, I don't have names for these villagers. Let me go see if I still have a librarian. I'm noticing a lot of these villagers also don't have jobs. I hear a baby villager up here. Hi! I hear a kitty cat. Hi, baby. Oh yes, my mending villager, I believe? Nope. My mending villager, I guess, got lost to a factory reset, or my cat throwing stuff off of my bed. But yeah, this... in spirit, this villager is named Mindy. She doesn't actually have mending, so, you know, it's just a name. But I did have one villager pass away. Marco the librarian. Rip in peace. I am so sorry, Marco. I don't remember him, but he is memorialized there because he was important. I'm guessing in my first video I pass a mending villager, so I'm assuming that was not a mending villager, but just a villager in general. I'm assuming that was Marco. Also, this is one of many unfinished projects. I was going to build a house like that here, but with these darker colors, to welcome some visitors. See, I did manage to build this one like that with the dark oak. because down that way is a dark oak village, and I brought some villagers over. And I also built this big house for... What are you? Excuse me. An armorer? There are 2 beds here, so I feel like another villager lives here, but I don't know what villager does. But I wanted them to have a nice house so that they felt nice and welcome coming to a new town. You know? I say as I'm barging into their houses, but you know. I've done my best to protect this village. Thank you. And then this bridge I built across this river, which I was very proud of. It was one of my first builds that I kind of tried to do some design with, and the hanging lanterns is kind of street light-esque. It was not my first build though. My first build in this world was this building. Very plain, but it helped me survive. This was my first base, and I got a lot of pillager trophies essentially, because there's an outpost right over there, and they enjoyed trying to raid over here often. So yeah, this is my workshop. Honestly, in the later game, I can't remember how often I would even come over here. Everything's just kind of everywhere, no organization. Well, there's a little bit of dark oak, you know, there's like some birch. There's like mild organization here, but mostly not. So yeah, at some point I just kind of stopped coming in there for purposes. It was just as I was moving through the area. And then I've got this little ranch here. Oh, I don't mean to hit the chicken. Too many eggs. I don't need that many. So yeah, this is my little chicken area. Sheep, which I thought I had more sheep, but I guess I really don't. These guys have been sheared many a time because, goodness gracious, needed a lot of wool. And then cows. I really don't think I used my cow farm all that often, to be honest. I eat pork chops, but I can't remember. I think I might have a farm in the Nether for pork. I do. I'll have to show you that. That's part of the tour. But one thing at a time, Conda. So here are horses that just never really got ridden, I think. Like, honestly. I think at one point the gold one did, which is a whole story, which I will tell you in a little bit. But for now, this is my dog named Days. She's named after the dog that I had when I started this world. Her name was Daisy. She was a very sweet puppy. You can hear her in the background of some of my earlier videos. And then I've got my little farm with wheat and potatoes and beets and carrots and nope, that's bamboo over there. Sugarcane, this is sugarcane. And cacti. Honestly, I feel like I used that a lot, which I didn't expect to, I don't think. Then I've got this little tree farm here, which I didn't use a lot. Like, why are there eggs here? Who knows? This was a more recent addition. I added all of these little farms. Oh, that's difficult to get to. But we have beets here. We have a cat scratching on her scratching post. She's just living her life. Yeah, this whole row is beets. This whole row is wheat. Carrots, I think? Yes, carrots. What's the last one? Potatoes? Yeah, potatoes. So that was a fun video. You should check that out if you can. Did that sheep just spawn, or maybe I'm seeing things? But up this staircase, which, oh, I love this view. I just finished taking down the wall, and it's been so long since I had this view that actually like stretches and you can see the sun. This is so nice. But anyhow, let's go inside. Well, actually, let's go check this out first, and then we'll go inside. So another little bridge, kind of tying in the design from over there a little bit. And then a wheat island, which I legitimately meant for this grass to be spread across this whole thing. It just never happened for some reason. Don't really know why. Like, I don't know why I never got around to doing that. But it's just farm pretty much this whole thing. And then a little bench in the center. And it is hollow underneath, so all of those zombies you're hearing are underneath that garden. Speaking of, let's go sleep. I have iron doors. Okay, inside here I have an iron door because this is my bed. And I have a guest in my house who would take my bed if they could, kind of thing. So, when I first started the world, I had iron doors because I don't know if at the time zombies still did this, but I thought that zombies broke wooden doors, and so I was like, well, I can't have wooden doors. I can't have zombies breaking my doors. But then when this guy moved in, my potion seller, essentially, I was like, yeah, I need to kind of protect him from going out and getting hurt. Although, wooden doors so you can go out to the outside world might have been a nice thing to do, but oh well. But anyhow, this is my bedroom. At the start, it was only down here that I had the furnaces, which I feel like there was a furnace in the corner too. Don't know what happened to that. But then I built them up on the sides too, and I've got stuff in there and stuff in here. This was supposed to be for the flag, and then I decided that I wanted a different color scheme, so it ended up not getting used. Did I just see ancient debris? Netherite scrap? That apparently didn't get used. Also, I said in the first video that I wanted to work on interior design in here, and I noticed what I did with that is I added a room for that villager, and I added this map room. This was really cool. I enjoyed making this a lot. Like, look at that. Oh, and it still has the wall there, which honestly looks pretty cool from above. Not as cool from the ground. So, yeah, but this is my base. That's so cool to get to see it from this view. And then if we go down here, which I added a gate so that somebody did not traverse down here because there is a nether portal and it would be dangerous. I believe this hall is still the same, except now there are chickens. I don't remember how they ended up here, but they're here now. And then this is new, but I'll come back to that because that's a wide area. And this, I believe, is new. This is, well, not like super new because I've used it like a decent amount. But this is a sugarcane farm, which worked very well and has stuff other than sugarcane in it for some reason. Over down this way, this is my enchanting room. It got good use when I was making this armor. It really hasn't gotten much use since then, but it was still important, you know? And then my storage room, which ended up honestly being overkill. I thought I would need all of this. All of these did not get filled up. A lot of them did, like, especially the smooth stone. At one point, I think I had like 6 double chests full or more of that stuff. And then up here is my wall of furnaces and my clock, which came in handy a lot of times when I was down here and had no idea what time it was upstairs, and I could just, pop up, sleep. This is my netherwort farm, which, if I remember right, took a long time to find any netherwort because it just wasn't in any of the fortresses. Is that what they're called? Yeah, it wasn't in any of the fortresses that I explored for some reason. But if we go up those stairs, we come to the workshop. So they connect. But let's head back down because there is more to see. So we'll go here to the left first. But if we come down to this hallway, I designed... Now, I believe I got the design of the zombie spawner farm, experience farm thing from Doc M. But I think I designed this area around it, so I put a chest down here to store rotten flesh, and then it totally filled up, and then the chests back in my storage room filled up. There was just way too much. It needed a better waste management system, but it's just not here. But the way that this works is that you would come up here, you'd stand here, and then turn the blocks and hostile mob volume down because it would get way too loud if not. And then you just wait for like 15 to 30 minutes if you want like a lot of experience. And then they would drop down here and you just, hit them with a sword, get all the experience. It worked very nicely. I needed it a lot. But let's pop in down here. This was my mine, essentially. I spent a lot of time just down here digging constantly. Just 'cause. It's gonna be fun comparing this to the first video. Just the progress of all of the digging that I did. And it goes even further down, which I don't even remember doing that. And it goes all the way over here, and there's even more that way. And then it goes the other way this way. And for a long time, this was a hallway, just like all of this was a hallway down here. But when I was working on that wall, I needed smooth stone, which meant I needed so much stone. So I just dug all of this for the stone. 'Cause why not, But yeah, I got all the way to here, and then I had enough, I guess, and so that was the end of that. So many things that I'm seeing. I mean, this isn't a huge project that got abandoned or anything, but it's kind of sad to see this not fully dug out the way that I kind of intended to do. But yeah, I'll go back up and show you that other room real quick, and then I can show you where that connects. Because that does connect to something. Also, my voice is kind of giving out. I did just play a bunch of D&D for like 6 hours. So it's possible that that's why my voice is giving out, but we continue on. So, down here. This is another space that I dug out the floor. And just like lots of space, just kind of because I was bored one day, I think. And I didn't really have a plan for this area when I first did this. And then I believe I added this bamboo farm first, which honestly doesn't really work because the bamboo gets trapped up there or up on the sand and the hoppers don't pick it up. But it was meant to get into the hoppers and then be pushed all the way down here and then like connect over here and go across. It's supposed to be collected. None of that worked. It didn't work, but I still have it here because why not? And then I have this super smelter, which uses carpet duping, I believe. I'm not going to turn it on because it's insanely loud, but the carpet replicates itself and uses that as fuel and goes across here, fills them all up, and then you put in whatever you need to smelt there, and it smelts while the carpet continues replicating itself. So yeah. And then see, these were like experiments I did, and that one I had a tutorial So I guess not completely an experiment, but I was learning how to do it for the first time, so it is kind of. And then this was an automatic-ish farm, where it's like you plant, let it all grow, and then you'd hit that, the water comes out, and it all goes to the hoppers, and then fills in down there. And then do that again, and it picks up the water. So yeah, pretty easy system here. Didn't really get much use. I had started working on something here. Honestly, I'm not sure what. Like what was my plan here? Who knows? But it's there. And then this is my sheep farm, my wool farm, which ended up being incredibly efficient. Like, look at that. So much wool. It's not humane though. I feel so bad for these sheep. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this was basically my science experiments. So, yeah. Those science experiments deserved better, but here we are. It's raining outside. I don't like the look of that out there. Please leave me alone. Anyhow, we are going to go outside and I'll show you the huge mine that I created. I mean, can it be called a mine? I don't know. I basically started digging out what would become practically a chunk error type of thing. Is this a thing that other people do in Minecraft? Like, you just dig a cube all the way down for no reason, just cause? Like, you just feel like doing that? Or is that just a me thing that I do randomly in, like, almost every world that I have? But you have to go up here, all the way up here, and here it is. Just dug all the way down. Or what used to be all the way down before the deep dark. But yeah, you just walk down the steps that barely even look like steps, but they work. Avoiding the lava that I most definitely did not avoid at one point. And then there's this that I dug out first, and then discovered that it was actually, ooh. I guess this was bedrock, I'm pretty sure. I guess it just got replaced by deep slate whenever that happened. Interesting. But yeah, I started here, dug out really far looking for diamonds, found out actually this isn't the ideal level to mine for diamonds. Came up here instead. And then this connects back, if I can run fast enough, connects back to that huge hole in the ground over there. So, yeah, it's all connected. But where should I take you next? Let's see. I'm gonna get out of this hole and then I can decide. Okay, I think I'm gonna take you across here first because it's right there. That seems like an easy way to go for now, and then we can find the next place to go. So you just go up these stairs and don't mind that. I meant to block it off. Super sorry. This feels like if I recorded a room tour but I didn't clean my room first. Like, so much stuff is just messy and all over the place and not how I intended it technically, but it's just how it is. But you know, this is the world that I played in for so long and this is what it was like. So this is a little staircase up. I guess I built it up this high so that you could connect to the hills that are over there without having to like go up a little bit, across a little bit, up a little bit, across a little bit, but yeah. So you just run down this bridge for kind of a long time. When I meant a long time, I mean like really a long time. We're almost there. Look at that. It's like right there. We're almost there. Oh my goodness, it's right there. Oh, I need to eat. speaking of, let's just hop through this portal real quick so you can see. Yeah, okay. You come through here and we're on the nether roof. And then this is my pork chop farm. Which, again, kind of, I guess, probably inhumane. What I noticed about Minecraft is that a lot of these farm designs, not nice to the things being farmed. So hoglins spawn here, and then they're scared of those mushrooms, so they run here, and there's lava? Ow. So yeah. But it means I have enough food, but at what cost kind of thing, you know? But that's it here. I don't know I don't know why. I don't remember why it's this far out, but it is. So, on the way back over here now. Yay! Okay, so now we are back to this part of my base, which means that we can go see what's over that way. Because I have a railway that I put in, which took me like 3 weeks IRL, and it was during this time when there was like a really bad snowstorm and a lot of people's power went out, but thankfully we still had ours, but we didn't have any internet, so basically spent a whole lot of time playing Minecraft. So yeah, the railway system was born during that time. Right over here. Which is going to be another one of those either sped up or just cut. We'll see. Because it's far. It's pretty far. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to just pop in real quick to a place that has a bed and sleep. Because I don't like this. Now, something that you will notice about this village, there is a distinct lack of any villagers. Honestly, I think they didn't fare well. I think the monsters might have gotten them, possibly, if I remember right. But yeah. Except a couple of them did get away. I managed to take them to safety over there, and they joined my village. But unfortunately, a lot of casualties here. But if you go through this tunnel over here, this is a dark oak forest that I mined a lot of dark oak from. And I'm not sure why I decided to dig this path straight through the earth for some reason. Like, this doesn't look amazing, but this is just what I decided to do. I really didn't have a build style or any kind of idea with that stuff yet, so I just, yeah, makeshift, get something done type of thing. But this was my iron farm that I used, honestly, primarily for that super smelter. That's what I remember using it for. But yeah, gets me roses, or poppies, and iron ingots. A lot of villagers up there. I think that's it that's over here though, so back across that railway to show you the next thing. Okay, we made it back. So let's see. I guess what comes next is to go see the Nether? Yeah, because the only other thing I can think of, there's one more thing in the overworld that I kind of want to show you, but I have to get to it through the Nether. And then, I mean, you could also see the end portal, but I didn't do anything to it. It took me like 30 minutes to get there one time by foot. That's a lot. So if you want to see me traveling to there, you can check out the video where I defeated the Ender Dragon. But for now, we're gonna head to the Nether, which the portal is right down here. That's kind of a comforting noise, that little cleric noise there. Okay, so this is my nether hub, which in the future I want to make something that looks better than this, but I was absolutely terrified of the nether when I first started playing again. So, cobblestone everywhere, have to protect myself. I don't remember what's up here, actually. This is going to be new to both of us. So I guess if you come up these stairs, what is this going to lead to? Oh my, there's a bridge? I guess I'm just gonna follow this for a little bit, because, oh, I'm curious. Which, I have a quick question. These boots have soul speed and depth strider, but I swear in a newer update I tried putting both of those on the same pair of boots, and Minecraft didn't let me. Okay, I guess this is as far as this goes. But is that a new thing? You can't have both of those on boots at the same time? And was it not a thing at this point? Like, how did that end up happening? I have no idea. It's strange, but anyhow, back down we go. So back at the portal and up this way. Let's see, that leads down there where I was like exploring and getting quartz and stuff. And then where does this lead? This leads down. Okay, I assume that probably leads to the same place that this leads. And I remember this very much. So this was my way down. You just keep going. And this was before I had netherite. We're gonna bump our head a lot. So just fair warning right now about that. But yeah, as we head down here, there are magma blocks. Oh, I just accidentally slapped my mic. Sorry about that. But yeah, we got here down far enough. And I just started digging for ages, trying to find ancient debris. And this was when ancient debris was... This is when netherite was a lot easier. And all it involved was like getting ancient debris, smelting it, putting it in a smithing table. Bam. You had netherite on your tools and your armor. I am actually not going to navigate all of these tunnels. I just wanted to mention I spent a lot of time down here. I used to dig in these tunnels for hours at a time trying to find something. And at some point I started doing TNT mining, perhaps, I think. But there's so much. They're very vast. We definitely do not have enough time to show all of that. And also it would probably get pretty boring pretty soon because there's not a lot to really see down here. So yeah, we'll just call that for this part. And I will show you this other area in the nether. But we have a little bit of a journey to get there. So for this, you just come up here, over to this area, and then let's see. Is that it? No, I don't think that's it. Whoops. I believe it's up this way. Yeah, this looks right. Actually, you can see a lot of this in my very first video again, because I do believe I showed this all off in that video. But it's fair to show again, because I wanted to capture all of my memories from this world that I could in one video. Oh, this was a spot where I was trying to get up above the nether floor. Like using the TNT hack where you would like blow stuff up and then there's like a trap door involved somehow. I don't remember if I ever got it to work or not, honestly. I mean, I ended up on top of the nether floor at some point, or the nether roof. That's the word for it. I think I was using the wrong word. At some point, I ended up on top of the nether roof. But, I don't remember if it was from that or not. But, anyhow, I have a long way to run. So I'm gonna rest my voice while I do that. Okay, so we are here. This was an area that I used a lot for mining the blue... what is it called? Warped wood? The blue logs. I used this biome to do that. It's a very dangerous area, so I don't think I'm gonna go down there, but yeah, you get the idea, right? And then over here is an important spot because, and there's a portal here, which I don't remember where that portal goes to, but do I have a staircase down there, or no? It's just, you just drop down, I guess. Okay. Oh, there. Okay. Anyhow, this is my nether fortress. And I say my nether fortress because I think this is the one that I explored in a video, like my second video. Oh yeah, I definitely think this is the one I was exploring in my second video, and I was terrified of it, but I managed to get the blaze rods because there's a spawner right there, and it's not so scary anymore. But I'm still gonna leave. Cause let's just go ahead and head on out. Okay, so now that we're back here, I'm going to attempt to find my way to this other place. I think it's this way. This is a place that never got revealed in any of my videos. It was 100% supposed to. I had this whole plan, which I can tell you about a little bit as I'm exploring these staircases, trying to find the correct one. But I had this whole idea for the story after I beat the Ender Dragon. I talked a little bit about it earlier, but my plan was that my character was going to have a little bit of a panic afterwards, not knowing how to handle what just happened, wanting a little bit of a more peaceful life, and I was going to find my way up to this area and run this way, trying to get away, go somewhere else, and it was accidentally going to lead me to this area that we're heading to, where I would start season 2 of the compound, where I was planning to completely just be a pacifist. I wanted to not fight any mobs, like only self-defense, I guess, if I had to. I was going to farm, I wasn't going to kill any animals, and I'll show you the area where I was going to be. And I had actually designed the house that I was going to be staying at, and then I don't know, inspiration kind of fizzled out for that storyline, and unfortunately that meant losing this beautiful area that I had tried to settle down at, which I'm very excited to show you because it's honestly beautiful. So yeah, here it is. I was going to build my house right here, and it's on top of this little like mountainy type of area with a village down there, and my whole plan was that I would be kind of separated from a village up here but still close enough to go down there and make trades and that kind of thing. So yeah, this is where the compound had intended to go, but it just never got around to it. I just never got around to it. But I'm still happy with how things turned out, and I'm so glad that I got to experience all of it, and I got to experience it with you guys. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this journey, and for any viewers that have been here from the very start, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You've been here since before I had any subscribers at all, I think. I maybe had one, if any, and you've been here through all of this, so I just can't thank you enough. And for any new viewers that haven't seen my stuff before, I am really thankful for you watching too, because this has been my dream for a long time, and in 2021 I decided to pursue it, and so I really appreciate the support. Not to get too emotional, but thank you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to the overworld, and I guess it's time for an outro. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being along on this journey in the compound and my first world that I made videos in. If you enjoyed this at all, please consider subscribing, because I've got some plans for where I'm going next, and I would love to have you guys there. I think for the ending of this video, I am going to go to that desert that I found, that I memorized the path to because I went there so many times. And as I show you all that path, I will let some kind of credits roll with some of my favorite moments from this show. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye. Howdy. I'm Conda, and welcome to the compound. I kinda want to remember the things that have happened on this world. And what better way to do that than record it, right? So, here I am. My first video I uploaded was actually building that Christmas tree over here. This was my first base that I made, and it still looks pretty similar. I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. I started back 2013 maybe, and in like 2014 or 2015 I tried to install Optifine, but I was young and I didn't really understand how downloading mods worked, so I gave my computer a virus, which was not fun. But I don't really, have a lot planned for this time. Just a little bit of stuff, but I did add this little mailbox over here, so let's see if there's anything in it. Ooh, there's a letter. Dear Conda, there's been a little talk around the town about some threat. Some are saying it's fiction, but there are a few that believe that we're in danger. Okay, a dragon exists in another dimension, and if it isn't slain, they say it'll come to ours. Please, Conda, help protect us. We know not how to fight. You're our only hope. Sincerely, the village. And outside of the canon, the lore of this series, I actually do know what the Ender Dragon is, but I've never fought it before. So this is actually going to be my first time fighting the Ender Dragon. But I've always played creative Minecraft. Survival's never really been my thing. Ah. I was hidden behind the wall! So I set up this little room over here to be my potions room. I put a bunch of nether brick down on the wall. And that can hold all the brewing stands. Perfect. There's been a little bit of a tragedy that hit the village while I was away. My librarian villager, the one that was my mending villager, was killed by a creeper. And now I have no mending villager, and I also lost that villager that I worked very hard to get. So it actually only took like a few tries. What? There you go. Welcome to the village. So, also, I got a new mic. I have no idea how it's sounding currently, because I don't have input going into my headphones, but I did some tests on it and it sounded really nice, so hopefully. Also, Minecraft wants me to go find a tree and punch it. I've been switching between versions a lot recently because I've been switching between survival world and Hypixel Skyblock. It's gonna be a shock whenever I finally film another Hypixel Adventures video. Completely ignore the thing that we just passed. Because I have progressed a lot in Skyblock. It would appear that Minecraft is appeased now that I have collected some wood. That goes there. That's me! I'm Conda. Wait a second. This isn't right. Just give me a second. That's better. I'll bring 20 because I think 16 should be enough. Because that'll account for if some of them break on the journey there. For this episode, we are going to take on the dragon. We're finally going to answer the letter that the villagers sent us in like episode 2, maybe? Editor Conda? If you want to add in some cool Minecraft music or something, that, feel free. That's just you singing Minecraft music. Can you actually, like, just, go get the audio from somewhere and put it in? Yeah, that's just, we're not doing that for 30 whole minutes. Just take a screenshot of the coordinates. Are you not going to? Oh boy. Disappointed in past Conda. I was gonna say who can blame her, she was feeling bad, but no, I blame her. Is anyone following my train of thought? Because I'm not. But what was I talking about? I started out with like 14 Eyes of Ender to find my way to the stronghold. And somehow along the way, I don't remember any of them breaking, but I apparently just went, I don't need that one. It's fine. And so then we're down to 7 of them when I find the stronghold. And maybe slight spoiler alert, we're gonna need more than 7. Last hit. Here she comes. We did it! We freed the end! And now the village is safe! It's just that I was scrolling through YouTube like I normally do later at night, and nothing was looking appealing to watch. And then I was like, whoa, wait. I make YouTube videos. I could go record. So here I am. I kinda want to start a new world. One that I start alongside my YouTube. Like, so much happened in this world before I ever hit the record button. Before I ever hit post. And I kinda want to start over.